so you then moved on. How did you end up then in Hollywood doing makeup?
Well, so the story continues. And then when I became 18, I graduated from high school and moved to Palm Springs because I had an aunt there, and I just wanted to get out of Central Valley, really. And Palm Springs is so glamorous. And at the time, it was a really fun spring break, like really fun spring break, until Sonny Bono came and ruined it for us all. And I ended up working for him and Mary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But so I was 18. Average age in Palm Springs was at the time 63, and still may be. It's a bit younger now, but it's still quite a bit of an older crowd. And I had a cousin who lived in San Francisco, who was a concert pianist, and an aunt that lived there. And I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with them. They're really cool. And he was dying of AIDS, unfortunately. And a lot of people in the 80s went there to die of AIDS because it's just like paradise, and a large population of gay men. And gay women too, actually. Dinah Shore is a big lesbian event. And so I moved there, and one of my like second or third jobs was working for Palm Springs Life magazine. I always wanted to be in journalism, a journalist. And so that's kind of how I started my journalistic career. But while I was at this magazine, because before this I did have a bit of a stint in journalism, but while I was at this magazine, I did some of their makeup for some of their photo shoots.
Okay.
Did some hair and makeup because it's like one day their person was gone. I think I even did fashion. I styled it and everything.
Oh, interesting.
But I was really good. I was probably more interested probably at the time in styling, but the makeup is super natural and easy. And so, because as a stylist, you have to have connections, and I didn't have those connections, but the makeup was a shoo-in. And then I started getting hired to do more makeup. But in the 80s, I was like, late 80s, I was like, this isn't a career. No one makes a job like this. Plus, it's not a real job. It's makeup. I'm like, I want to do something really deeply meaningful. So I wanted to tell stories and help people, or, So I gave it up. And then, of course, I went back to it because I ended up in Hollywood. I came to LA to go to UCLA.
Okay.
And to be a journalist, really.
Okay.
But then I graduated I had a journalism career even before I went to college. My last job was at KCAL 9 News. I was working in the newsroom.
Okay.
I was writing some news, doing some PA work, like production assistant work, a little bit of everything, getting a reel together. And I put a great reel together there. And I was getting really good feedback, but all of a sudden I hated it. I hated spot news. I hated putting a microphone in someone's face.
Okay.
It felt invasive.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, I should have stayed in print journalism. I loved it. And I liked writing. I liked reporting in the written form more than the broadcast form. You could use a larger vocabulary. They actually told me to dumb down my vocabulary. They're like, you have to write for a 4th grade audience for TV, and for newspaper, you can write for a 7th grade audience.
Okay.
Wow. And then it was just so much more sensational in general.
Yeah. I feel like I noticed that about news,
Yeah, even print can be, but it just, and I was doing more environmental pieces. Actually, I did entertainment, which I thought was so frivolous, but at least it's entertainment, and it's called entertainment. You know what you're getting.
That's
covering
true.
Entertainment.
Yes.
Right. So it felt more legit as to taking something that really I wanted to be more of a news piece, and it was super salacious or slant, So I don't know. For me, I just wasn't enjoying it. And when I graduated from college, I was like definitely more interested in holistic things and self-development. And I was like, oh, I think I'll do skincare and, I don't know. As more of a practitioner, I had something called Hands on Hollywood for a while. It was more like a concierge service.
Okay.
Hire an acupuncturist or a skincare person or a chiropractor or massage therapist to come to set.
Okay.
Anyway, so I've tried a lot of things. I'm an entrepreneur that's never really taken off in any one thing. But only because I haven't really been passionate, probably truly. I didn't want to be a concierge. And so I finally, when I found like green beauty, I was like, I love that. I can really make a difference. Because as a makeup artist, I found, again, becoming bored and not feeling like I'm making a big enough of a difference. So green, my passion of the environment transitioned my career to be a green makeup artist, and that gave it new life and gave me sustainability, because I wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah, for
I mean, it
sure.
was fun, but it wasn't going to feed my soul.